For the past few years, we have called Costa del Sol our home, living under endless sun. But not just that, we have embarked on a journey uncovering every famous hotspot and sneaky hidden gem this coast hides. And now, you might be thinking, with all that adventure, what truly stole our hearts?
In this video, we are diving into our top favorites, our must-see town, the restaurant that dazzles, the beach that takes our breath away. And there is a twist. We filmed similar adventure 2 years ago, so has time changed our favorites? Make sure you stay until the end because we'll also be revealing our biggest disappointments. Let's find out together. Welcome to our Costa del Sol journey. Next to us, we have a crystal ball, and on it, we have 10 different categories. Each of us will pick one up, and then we will share what was our favorite restaurant, what is our favorite beach, but the twist here is that we cannot choose the same one. Yeah. Right? Okay. Let's start. Okay. Let's see. Favorite restaurant or bar? What I've experienced, especially in Malaga town center, it wasn't our best experience because unfortunately in the town center, there are so many tourist traps. Yeah. El Pimpi in Malaga is very good. I really love the restaurants in Estepona. There's so many of them right next to each other. And we recently tried the grill house. That was very, very good. But if I have to choose one, avocado in Estepona, Plaza de las Flores.
Okay. Lovely
atmosphere. Sometimes in the summer you have live music going on. Yeah. And the food is delicious. Actually, it's my favorite barbecue ribs I've ever tried in all Costa del Sol. And also it's not that expensive. Yeah. That is my top favorite in all Costa del Sol.
I agree with you, Julian. The atmosphere in Plaza de Flores in Estepona, where avocado restaurant is beautiful. My favorite restaurant, there are quite a few contenders here because I really loved the atmosphere at Nerja. Nerja is in the most popular destination in Costa del Sol and the most beautiful environment as well. It's not cheap because it's one of the top-end restaurants, but Nerja, I would say the meat was so tender. I like it rare and it was ultra rare. So that was the first time I ever tried it. I liked that, but to be honest, apart from the meat, I didn't enjoy the rest of the food, but the atmosphere was amazing. Purely on the basis of food, I would have to stick to Benahavis Los Abanicos because to date, that was the best meat we have tried and the atmosphere is good as well. Benahavis town center in the daytime is quiet, but in the evening, especially on the weekends, the whole town turns into like a street full of people sitting al fresco dining. Benahavis is actually called the dining room of Costa del Sol and it's beautiful environment as well. So my favorite has to be Los Abanicos in Benahavis. Favorite walk or a bike path? I can think of one in Olvera, which is a very beautiful bike path. I absolutely love biking through there. I think for me it has to be Nerja. If you go to the Plaza de Balcón and then walk through the town center along the coast, you see the amazing mountains of Nerja. They are jagged mountains, beautiful beach in front, and the water is beautiful. So yeah, I think my favorite walk is Nerja. The thing with Nerja is that it's not in the center of action. It's a bit further out on the eastern end of Costa del Sol where the coast of Granada starts. And that's why you have not too busy environment there. So I quite like that it's far away kind of place, especially from where we live. And it's something that we can go once in a while to enjoy this beautiful, dreamy walk.
In Costa del Sol, you have Senda Litoral, which is kilometers and kilometers of coastal walk. And it's ideal for evening walks, morning walk, go on your bike. We actually made a video about going on Senda Litoral on our bikes recently, and that was fantastic, San Pedro's Promenade.
I knew that.
Because San Pedro's is growing a lot on us. It has a very good vibe. It's quite close to the town as well. So if you go to the town center, it's about 15-20 minute walk to the promenade. And especially at weekends, they have a few stalls, lovely vibe, live music. I really like it there. And every time we pass by, we're going to Cañada, going to Marbella, going to Malaga, we are actually tempted to say, oh, should we stop here for 10-15 minutes just to see the vibe? And also at the beach, there's a barbecue area where you see friends and family enjoying their time with live music. There are a few also beach bars as well, a few restaurants as well. They're not even that pricey either. And it's lovely, especially at sunset, to have some pre-drinks because it's not even that far from Puerto Banús. No. And then enjoy a lovely walk to Puerto Banús for the start of the night.
What about city walks, like town center? If you were to choose walking with the vibe between the people, which town center would you pick?
Because we live a bit isolated and we live in the mountains of Menajavis. But sometimes I need the city life, the vibe, the city vibe. So I really love the vibe in Malaga city center, especially around Calle Larios, but the Muelle Uno. It doesn't matter the time of the year, and sometimes it doesn't even matter the time of the day, because we have seen good vibe, especially in the summer, morning, afternoon, even at 3 o'clock in the morning, people playing chess in Calle Larios. So for that, that's my top favorite.
I think for me, I know we've been to Estepona too many times and it's started to become a bit repetitive. But if you were to go there first time, and even after some gap we go back to Estepona, I still love walking in the town center. It's pretty, it's very down to earth, it's got amazing promenade, it's got lovely vibe, people are just relaxed. That's what I love about it. So yeah, I think I would choose Estepona.
Nightlife.
That's an easy one.
I mean, nightlife, the good thing about Costa del Sol that it caters for all tastes. Yeah. If you have money, you can go to one of the beach clubs, and one of the best nightclubs in Costa del Sol, like Oliva Valer. I mean, lovely vibe, lovely music.
Sound system is amazing.
Sound system is really, really good. However, it's on the expensive side. But now for the day-to-day average person like you and I, for me, it would be Torremolinos because it's down to earth, and people they have a very good vibe, not pretentious. And we recently discovered a studio club in Torremolinos, and we went there for the very first time a couple of months ago, and we loved it. The vibe, the people, everyone was so friendly. We really want to go back. The problem is that we live away from Torremolinos. There is no train line that comes here to Estepona, Marbella area, so we rely on either taking a taxi all the way from here to Torremolinos or having to spend the night in Torremolinos.
We live towards Estepona, Marbella side. Estepona is very not so much nightlife kind of place. It's more for dinner and walks, very family oriented. Marbella, Benalmádena, Fuengirola, these are very good options. But if I were to choose one, if I were to bring my friends over to show where to have a nightlife, Marbella has to be it. Because Marbella has, like Julian said, we love Olivia Valer's sound system in the club, and Fitz Club as well, that's really good. Mm-hmm. They have beautiful lighting and atmosphere is good as well. We are in an age group that we don't really go out clubbing unless it's a popular DJ coming. Then yeah, like David Guetta is coming this summer to Dream Beach in Vélez, Malaga. Yeah.
Marbella has a lot of events, especially in the summer. One of them, Starlight, where throughout the summer, every single night, they have a special artist, very famous artist. But my favorite one, Elro in Marbella, in San Pedro de Alcántara. And that was probably one of the best nights I've had in Costa del Sol ever.
Best sunset, that should not be a hard one. Best sunset.
I know mine.
Okay, the best sunsets we have seen in Costa del Luz because the sun sets right in the sea.
Especially in the city where I'm from, Cádiz. When you go to Playa La Caleta, it's actually considered one of the most beautiful sunsets in all country of Spain.
Not just Cádiz, you have Conil de la Frontera has beautiful walkway where you go walk and see the sunset. Then you have one of my favorite places in whole of Spain, Los Caños de Meca. They have beautiful rock formation and the sunset again sets in the sea. Which one are you thinking about? I want to take it first because it's my turn. Thinking about Costa del Sol where the sun does not set. I know it. I think I got it. Yeah. My favorite sunset in Costa del Sol is Cabo Pino Beach. Even the wallpaper of my phone is that sunset. Let me show you quickly. I'm not sure if you can see on the screen. We make sure that we pack a sandwich and drinks with us. We sit down. We make sure we stay till the sun goes all the way down behind the hills and the palm trees behind the sky. The whole sky is orange and people swimming in the sea at the same time. Especially in summer if the water is warm. Oh, it's just so beautiful.
I hate you so much right now because that's the one I was hoping you wouldn't say because that's my top favorite. What was the beach we were in, Manilva?
That's it.
we were in Manilva. That's your area. Oh, yes, that beach, because not only the beach is very like a hidden beach that no one has discovered because not many people were there, especially in the cove we were, sunbathing. But then you go on top of the rock and you see the whole coast of Costa del Sol. What I really like about the sunset in Andalusia is that the sky turns that pinkish color and it's beautiful. It's like a canvas that you have different colors, different hues. I will go there again and again and just absorb with some pipas. That's one thing in Spain, we like sunflower seeds. Yeah. Some pipas, just a drink and just enjoy the beautiful sunset whilst hearing the waves just crashing into the rock. Fantastic moment.
We both chose beaches for sunset. If you were to choose non-beach sunset, what would you choose?
There is this road that goes from San Pedro to Ronda. And there is one point in there before there is a very famous bar that many of the bikers go there for drinks. Before that, you can actually park your car and you see the coast and you see lots of mountains. And there, because you are be higher up, you admire beautiful views and it's beautiful.
So I think for me, it has to be either Ronda or Casares. Both of them have amazing sunsets, but I think I'm going to stick with Ronda because Ronda does have not only magical, beautiful sunset, it's very romantic as well. The town itself is just beautiful. You have to visit Ronda.
Favorite beach? I got this one now. I'm gonna steal this one from you. I mean, the thing with Costa del Sol is 150 kilometers of coast. And there are so many beautiful beaches hidden in Costa del Sol. But if I had to choose one with the best memories, the best laugh, the best views, the best water, probably not the best sand. I'm very picky with the sand. And I'm very picky with the rocks in the water. I hate that. I mean, you've probably seen this in many of our videos. I'm the beach inspector, so I'm actually glad that I got this one. That would have to be Cabo Pino. Cabo Pino is in Marbella, or is it actually in the edge between Marbella and Mijas? But I'm gonna choose this one, not because of the sand quality and not because of the rocks in the water quality, which I hate, but I'm gonna choose this one because amazing sunsets, amazing vibe, lovely people. It's in nature, you don't have flats overlooking you, houses overlooking you, so it feels like you are outside in a foreign country because it's like isolated. If you go there in the summer, you have to arrive early because the car park is not that big. It's free, but it gets very busy. We go to Mercadona, we get sandwiches, we get crisps, we get drinks, and we go to the beach and spend the whole day until the actual sun sets in the Mediterranean Sea. And we make a very good day out of it. We have amazing memories in there. I'm actually now feeling a bit nostalgic that I want to go there. I can't wait for the summer, for the weather to get better and go there again.
Okay, Julian, you got the Cabo Pino one, but that's not the only best beach in Costa del Sol. We love Cabo Pino because it's got the freedom and it's beautiful, and also we have had good memories there. But whenever we decide to go for a beach day, we have only 3 or 4 beaches that we always choose from. Cabo Pino is our top choice. Then Puerto Banús has beautiful sand. The water is nice and decent temperature. And you're next to all the amenities as well.
Yeah, next to Puerto Banús Marina.
Yeah, and it's literally 15 minutes drive from our house. So we either go Cabo Pino, Puerto Banús, Estepona, Playa Cristo, with very shallow beach. If you're looking for the shallowest beach on Costa del Sol, Playa Cristo might be the one.
But you have to choose one.
Yeah, I'm getting there. But if I were to choose, my favorite would have to be the 4th one that we go to. We started going more and more. The waters are freezing though, always, because it's closer to Gibraltar. My favorite beach on Costa del Sol after Cabo Pino would have to be La Churaya Beach. The reason is just so beautiful. It's natural, and the point that we go to is like a curve between the rocks, and it's like a secluded area that we just sit down. Maybe 1 or 2 people are there, and the water is crystal clear. We have fish swimming around us, and it's just the nature over there that makes the memories more beautiful.
Actually, we've chosen Cabo Pino and Manilva Beach for both the beach and sunset. Is that cheating?
What about Nerja?
I mean, Nerja Beach is also very good. The thing with Nerja is because it's so far from where we are, is almost 2 hours drive. If we lived a bit closer, I would definitely be choosing the Nerja beaches because it's like very dramatic. Our 17-year-old cat Prince.
Say hello.
Oh, you're gonna bring the naughty one? Okay. Okay, Prince, we're gonna bring your sister. Come on.
There comes the trouble.
Hola, Lola.
Lola, turn around. That's Lola. She's 3.5 now. Hola, Lola. If money wasn't an issue, where would you live? Not the town. Okay, if money wasn't the issue, maybe La Zagaleta, the most prestigious housing scheme in the whole of Europe. Very big celebrities living there in Marbella. Or Sierra Blanca, which is also a very popular one and has amazing houses there. But would I want to be closer to the beach or be in the mountains? The thing with La Zagaleta is that it's a bit further out in the mountains on the way to Ronda, and I don't want to be too far away from the beach. It does have amazing views, but I think recently when we were biking, we came across the El Paraíso area, El Higueron. Higueron is beautiful. Because I'm a mountain guy, I love mountains and the views, infinity pools, La Zagaleta. Because if money isn't an issue, why wouldn't I go for La Zagaleta?
The thing with developments in Costa del Sol, they can feel very isolated.
Yes.
And that's one of the problems we have living here in the mountains of Benahavi is that if you want to go out for bread, you need to drive. If you want to go for a walk in the promenade, you have to drive. I think one of the developments I like the most, and we have actually visited, we actually made a video in there, close enough to the town center, that would be Estepona Hills. You have amazing views, amazing flats. I love the swimming pool there.
I thought you would choose the one on the promenade of San Pedro because every time you go there, you just go, this is my house on the beach, and it's a lovely house as well.
Yeah, that house in San Pedro's promenade is one of my favorites. However, you have no privacy. You have so many people walking by on bikes, families, and there are restaurants, so you haven't really much privacy there. I wouldn't live there right on the promenade. But the reason why I've chosen that one, Estepona Hills, is because, especially in the last 2 months, that the weather has been so bad here in Costa del Sol, storm after storm. I felt really isolated. Well, actually, we had the worst winter in Costa del Sol since we moved to Costa del Sol. And this winter specifically, it has affected my mental health a little bit, being stuck here, not being able to walk to the town center because obviously we wouldn't be driving because it would be dangerous. They were red alert, orange alert. I really like the Estepona Hills because you get best of both worlds. You live in a development with a swimming pool, a bit away from the town center, but you still have access to the town center if you need to. Favorite attraction? Okay. Located in one of the most beautiful spots in Costa del Sol. It's for all ages as well. A bit pricey, but it's just because it was magical and it brought up my inner child, and I was smiling throughout and I was taking pictures throughout, and also I didn't want to go. That has to be the Butterfly Park in Benalmádena because it felt out of this world. It felt magical. We were told that when it's sunny, the butterflies fly more and they're more active.
I would say my favorite attraction would have to be Natural Springs in Casares, which is literally 15 minutes drive from our house. And it's a beautiful walk to get there as well. It's a trekking area around. You can go there, bathe in the natural sulfuric water, then put mask on your natural mud on your face. And then after that, you can go for a nice lunch in the beautiful village of Casares, which is one of the 100 most beautiful villages in Spain. And it's got history because apparently Julius Caesar, he went there to bathe and he cured his skin disease from the sulfuric waters. So that's why it's popular, but not many people know about this because if you're living in Marbella, especially Estepona, it's 12-15 minutes drive from there.
I'm shocked you chose that one because I thought you were gonna choose the boat trip we did in Malaga.
We did have an amazing time because we saw the dolphins jumping out the water, but that's not something which is guaranteed. So that's why I chose something else. Favorite town? My favorite town has to be Marbella, where we live, because it's got everything. It's got the beautiful natural surroundings and it feels like a resort. It's got nice beaches, like Cabo Pino, we said, Puerto Banús Beach, Levante Beach as well. It's just so beautiful. I know a lot of people complain that Marbella is too artificial, too pretentious, But that's just Porto Banús area, where all the designer shops are. People go there to show off their cars. Apart from Porto Banús, you have such amazing beauty, natural beauty. La Concha Mountain with the backdrop of that, and the walks on the beach is just beautiful. And people here as well, they are down to earth if you come outside summer period. We love it because Benahavis, beautiful town, is around the corner. Estepona is around the corner, and the nature is all around you, surrounded by nature.
I don't have to think about this one because it's quite obvious to me, but well, hang in there. And because there's so many beautiful towns, I don't want to say that other towns are not beautiful, which all are. They're all beautiful. They all have their unique charm.
Yeah.
Places like Fuengirola, Torremolinos, Benalmádena, to me, it's a bit more built up, more like party kind of vibe. And yeah, of course I like it, but I'd rather have the more quiet, beautiful, nice walks in the evening, more family orientated. Nerja is a beautiful town.
Yeah.
If Nerja wasn't on the other side of Costa del Sol, because I want to be closer to Cádiz province, that's where my family is. Keeping that in mind, Estepona. Estepona has a beautiful streets, especially in the town center, beautiful vibe.
Yeah.
They say that Estepona is the new Marbella. I kind of disagree. I know they're building all these beach clubs and all these luxurious places. It's changing, but it hasn't lost its identity yet.
My question to you would be, what is your second favorite town?
Will be Casares.
Oh, okay.
Casares town, because
Not Ronda.
the thing with Ronda, I love Ronda. It's very dramatic, out of the movies, and you keep seeing them in programs. Actually, there was a Netflix program that just came out recently, the Agatha Christie one, that is it shows Ronda at the very beginning. And if it takes over half an hour to go to the beach, that's a big no-no for me. Casares town is extremely beautiful. It's around 20 to 30 minutes to the coast, which is easily done.
If I were to genuinely think about, apart from Marbella, where would I want to be living? It would have to be Nerja. Just purely because of the natural beauty surrounding that area, it has to be Nerja.
Nice, beautiful. Favorite hidden gem?
Oh.
Okay. For me, it would have to be the one you chose earlier on, which is Baños da Dionda, the thermal springs in Casares. Yeah. Because I love it there, and because it ticks all the boxes. Not very busy. Well, in the summer can get a bit busy. In the summer you have to book a slot. It's free. It's open throughout the year. It's good for the health because the water has benefits for the skin. Yeah. Also, you have the mud that you can. It feels like a spa day. Yeah, when you go there, don't expect like big Turkish thermal springs. And no, it's a small building, which is actually a very old Roman building.
For me, the hidden gem has to be Gothin village because a lot of people can go to Casares, but nobody goes further beyond Casares. And the whole area around there sometimes say that it's like the Switzerland of Costa del Sol because it's so green, so beautiful. Castellar is beautiful as well. That's a really hidden gem. It's a small whitewashed town inside a castle walls. It is beautiful, but I would have to go with Gothin. Very cosmopolitan as well because it has people living in from all over the world. It is very popular with the artists. We made a video recently, so make sure you check in the description below. Favorite mirador or viewing point? I love the one in Rincon de la Victoria where you have the pathway. Ronda, they have, probably I'm gonna go with Ronda, but I'm just gonna find out what others I might be missing. Gothin, amazing, especially just before the town. Castellar, the top of the hotel, we have the actual mirador looking all around. That's so beautiful. Gibraltar, top of the rock.
You need to pick one. You keep saying all of them. Pick one, the one that you love the most.
Balcón de Europa in Nerja. I don't think it gets more beautiful than that. View of the beautiful waters. People are sitting down on that beach in the corner with the palm trees, and it's just such a beautiful atmosphere. It's just literally like out of dream kind of atmosphere there.
My second one will have to be actually in Mijas Pueblo, where you have the church, the Ermita, and then you have that beautiful balcony overseeing. You see Fuengirola, you see Benalmádena. And it's a very magical place because you have the Ermita just behind you, a nice square, a nice plaza, and you have a few benches overlooking the Costa del Sol, especially for sunset. We really like it there.
You know, there's one monument or a viewing point we keep missing. Castillo de Colomares in Benalmádena. That's a beautiful viewing point as well. Completely got out of my mind. Yeah. And especially for Instagram pictures, it's just, if you put a picture there from Castillo de Colomares, people will be asking you a question, where is this place?
Now the juicy part, the part you've been waiting for, our biggest disappointments in all Costa del Sol. So based on my personal taste, I will have to say that the biggest disappointment in Costa del Sol will have to be the beaches. Again, I'm the beach inspector. Many people will disagree with me because, and I have to be honest, there are some beautiful beaches in Costa del Sol, like it is Cabo Pino, we love it, or the beach in Puerto Banús. If I had a friend coming from the UK saying, Julian, I want you to take me to the best beach that you can recommend in the area you live, that wouldn't be in Costa del Sol, because they are not the famous white sandy beaches that you think of. There are some, but when you go to Costa del Luz, once you pass Gibraltar towards Portugal, all that coast between Gibraltar to Portugal, which includes Cádiz province and Huelva province, it's not just Cádiz, it's also Huelva. They have beautiful, beautiful beaches. This is something I feel passionate about beaches, because I grew up at the beach and this is one of the favorite things for me in all Spain.
I mean, I do agree with some points you're describing, especially about Costa de la Luz. Cádiz has much more beautiful beaches. My favorite would have to be the ones in Tarifa, Conil, Palmar, Cádiz city itself, and everywhere you go, it's just beautiful. But having said that, we don't have too bad beaches here. But the biggest disappointment for me in Costa del Sol would have to be the pricing of housing, the living cost, because if you drive towards the next coast, Granada coast, which is Almuñécar, absolutely beautiful town. And then if you go towards Almeria coast, the housing cost over there is less than half, and the beaches are beautiful there as well. But when you come to Costa del Sol, there are a number of factors, because the population here, density here is higher. The Malaga airport, and it's got really good international connections. They have lots of amenities for that reason as well, but then that's why the prices are so expensive. And we moved here to buy a property in Estepona 3 years ago. The prices were literally less than half then. Within 3 years, they are more than doubled. I would say that has been my biggest disappointment. We really want to stay in Costa del Sol, and we are going to try our best to get probably scaled down on the property. But it looks like that if we can't, then we're going to have to move out to Costa de la Luz.
I keep saying to us, I don't want to get out. I don't want to move away. It's beautiful. But unfortunately, the prices are just going up and up and up. And why pay for a 3-bedroom apartment 600,000 euros when I can actually get a 3-bedroom house with my own swimming pool in Cádiz province? Yeah, you don't have the dramatic views of La Concha mountains, and you haven't got, all the amenities you have in Costa del Sol. But at the end of the day,
it's still a great life.
It's still a great life, and you can drive easily. If you miss Costa del Sol, within less than an hour you can drive. Sometimes when we're gonna go Malaga,
it's 2 hours.
Well, depending when you are in Costa de la Luz. I mean, if you are in closer to Algeciras, it's cheaper, it's closer. And we are actually considering moving a bit further inland to places like Casares, Caucín even we are considering.
It's still very expensive.
It's still very expensive. So my only request is that we are at least within half an hour's drive to the coast, because prices seem to go lower the farther away from the coast you are. But now everybody's having the same idea to move to little towns, and the prices are going up.
These have been our favorite destinations, our favorite restaurants, our favorite beaches. I'm sure we might have missed some, and we will remember later on that, oh yeah, how can we forget about that? Do let us know what has been your favorite beach, your favorite town, or your favorite restaurant in Costa del Sol.
Thank you very much for following our journey in Spain's Costa del Sol. We will see you next week from another amazing location. Hasta luego!